Here's a warm-up video for the Indigo Girls song Closer to Fine. I'm just going to talk about the chords and the chord progressions here. In the next video, I'm going to talk about the strum pattern, which is new for us. So we're going to play this in the key of A, just like they do, so you can play along with them. So you'll need your A chord, your D chord, and your E7. You may decide that to play a little bit more closely to what they're playing, that you play your E7 like this. It's sort of a suspended E chord. I've got my index finger on the 1st fret of C and my ring finger on the 4th fret of G. We've played this one before in class, but just as a reminder, that's a sort of an E7, E option, alternative option, if you don't want to play the regular E7. Again, it kind of matches their chord just a little bit better, but you can go either way and it'll still sound great. With these three chords, there are only so many patterns you can have. So they're all very similar. Let me just point out which ones we're going to need. For starters in the verse, the first two lines are going to move from one measure of A, one measure of D, to two measures of E7. We do that twice. And then for the second two lines of each verse, as we kind of work our way towards the chorus, we're going to have two measures of E7, two measures of D, and again seesawing E7 for 2, D for 2, and then we're going to resolve back to the original pattern, A to D to E7. That's at least what happens at the beginning of verse 1. Verses 2 and 3 and 4 that sort of spit us right back into the chorus, we're going to leave that off of there. We're just going to end on that A chord and then launch right into the chorus. So just watch out for that. When we get to the chorus, we are reversing the original verse pattern, starting with two measures of E7, one measure of D, one measure of A. And we do that twice. To D, then to A. And then we kind of extend it out a little bit. So two measures of E7, two measures of D, resolving to two measures of A. That's just because we have a longer lyrical line there. And again, two measures of E7 to close it out. And then one strum on D, but you're going to hold it for a full 8 beats. This is the part that goes, the less I seek my source for some definitive. There's this is where the big refrain comes in, so we give it one strum. The closer I am to find. And then when we hit that final line of the chorus, we're going back to the original A to D to E7. Closer I am to find, yeah. Closer I am to find, yeah. So that's the end of the chorus. Those are the three main patterns. I mean, there's not much you can do with three chords. So spend some time with that. There is an interlude that borrows from the verse, two measures of E7, two measures of D, back and forth, before we go into the final verse and the final chorus. Final chorus just being an extension of the first chorus. So spend some time with your song chart and with those chords and kind of wrap your head around it. Feel free to listen along to their original version so you can kind of hear how the lyrics line up with it. And when you're ready, I'm going to do a slow play along so you can get used to this strum pattern, or you can also just spend some time with the strum pattern tutorial, or you can just head straight to the Indigo Girls original recording and rock out with them whenever you're ready. Enjoy. Hey there, so here is a tutorial on this new strum pattern that we're trying out. I call it the guitar strum, and that is because I feel like I only ever hear guitar strums play this particular pattern. And I've heard it enough, and I've tried to kind of work around it. I think it's time we finally learn it. It is sort of a combination of a couple different things. It's kind of like a march strum, but with a backbeat is all I can think of to say. And that is because we do have a nice strong strum that we want to sort of let ring out before we bring in our up strums, but instead of being on the first beat, that big strong strum is going to be on the second beat. I'm going to use my A chord, since we're using our A chord in this particular song, to let you know what I'm doing here. I'm going to start with just a very light strum on one, or maybe even just plucking the G string. Might just do that for starters. Then I'm going to come down on 2 with my big full strum. Leave it on 3. I'm going to come up after 3 and down on 4, up on and then a light 1 again, strong on 2. Nothing on 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 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 3 and 4 and 1, 3 and 4. I still feel the in-between beats. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and ba 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 ba. Notice, of course, when I do this, I'm still going to be changing chords on one, but we won't really hear it ring out until we get to the second beat, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, ba, 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 ba. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3. A couple more times around. One more time. And pause on A. Whew! So that is going to accompany us throughout this entire song, Closer to Fine. Feel free to take some time just with the strum pattern, going through with me again with the chords, or just kind of chunking along, if you will. I'm going to play a slow play along, and again, you can play with the chords, you can chunk along with me, sing along with me, just watch what I'm doing, whatever you need to do, and then when you're ready, you can also play along with the Indigo girls themselves. So enjoy this new strum pattern, see how you do, and I'll see you around next time. One more quick thing. If this video was helpful to you, I encourage you to consider becoming a member. It's a great way to say thank you, to help keep this channel going, and also to enjoy some extra perks and resources on your musical journey. You can learn more by clicking join below next to the subscribe button, and I really appreciate the support. Thank you so much.